The top 5 most expensive missiles in the world, from research and development to deployment. A missile is a guided airborne ranging weapon capable of self-propelled flight, typically by a jet engine or rocket motor. In military parlance, the name missile refers to this type of weapon. Thus, missiles are also sometimes referred to as guided missiles or guided rockets. The targeting system, the guidance system, the flying system, the engine, and the warhead are the 5 components that make up a missile system. In this video, we will go through some of the most expensive missiles in the world, including Number 5 submarine of the Trident class named Ohio 1.9B. The Ohio class submarine serves as the home base for the maritime component of the United States nuclear triad deterrence system. The United States Navy has a total of 16 nuclear-powered submarines, including 14 ballistic missile submarines, SSBNs, and 4 cruise missile submarines. These submarines are all of the Ohio class, SSGNs. Together, the 14 SSBNs carry approximately half of the United States' operational strategic thermonuclear warheads. By the terms of the New START deal, each SSBN will have 4 of its tubes deactivated, bringing the total number of tubes available for carrying war cargoes down to 20. Beginning in the year 2031, the Columbia class is going to take the place of the Ohio class. As of the year 2002, the total number of strategic missile submarines was capped at 14, as stipulated by the provisions of START II, which was an amendment to the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty that was agreed upon in June 1992. The United States Navy has decided to transform these 4 nuclear-powered submarines into conventionally armed nuclear-powered SSGN submarines rather than retiring them. The contract to convert the USS Ohio, SSBN 726, Michigan 727, Florida 728, and Georgia 729 was awarded to Electric Boat in September 2002, 729. The submarines were modified to accommodate up to 154 Tomahawk TLAM land attack, or Tactical Tomahawk Block 4 missiles, and they are also capable of carrying out special operations missions, thanks to the addition of space for Northrop Grumman Advanced Sealed Delivery Systems, ASDS, a mission control center, and 102 special operation troops. Modifications are being made to the Trident fire control system by General Dynamics Advanced Information Systems to accommodate the Tomahawk weapon control. Number 4. The cost of each B-2A Spirit bomber is $2.6 billion. On July 17, 2019, it will have been 30 years since the first flight of the B-2 Spirit, which went on to become the most advanced long-range strike bomber in our nation. The B-2, a Northrop Grumman technical marvel and iconic aircraft, marked a quantum leap forward for both technological advancement and the superiority of the U.S. military in the air. Even in modern times, the B-2 continues to deliver results, serve as a source of inspiration, and break new ground. Northrop Grumman had to come up with all of the B-2 components from scratch to make it a reality. This list contained items like tools, a software laboratory, composite materials, specialized testing equipment, as well as computer systems, and 3D modeling software. There was also the development of associated industrial processes. When the United States is forced to go to war, the B-2 bomber is one of the first aircraft to arrive on the scene. During Night 1, the B-2 traveled into enemy territory in support of the following operations: Operation Allied Force Serbia, Operation Enduring Freedom Afghanistan, Operation Iraqi Freedom Iraq, Operation Odyssey Dawn, and Operation Odyssey Lightning in Libya. The B-2 Spirit is the only aircraft in the world that can combine long-range stealth and a huge payload onto a single platform. It is also one of the most survivable aircraft in the world. Number 3. The cost of one Minuteman III missile is $33.5 million. This is a training variant of the intercontinental range ballistic missile known as the Minuteman III, which has been in use by the United States since 1970. The Air Force A-3 stage missile that uses solid fuel. Minuteman IIIs were able to carry up to 3 independently targeted nuclear warheads of type Mk-12A at a maximum distance of 13,000 kilometers until very recently 8,000 miles. As a result of the arms control agreements made between the United States and Russia, they can only carry a single nuclear warhead at this time. This missile, which was made by Boeing, was a gift from the United States the Air Force. A ballistic missile with an intercontinental range and 3 stages. The LGM-30G Minuteman III uses solid fuel as its propulsion source. The United States nuclear triad is incomplete without Minuteman III as the land-based leg of the triangle. The Minuteman III has a short launch time, testing dependability of about 100%, and backup aerial launch controllers to ensure that retaliation capabilities are maintained. Since their introduction in 1962, the missiles of the Minuteman family have been the primary pillar of the United States land-based nuclear strategic force. The development of the Minuteman III started in 1964, and the system was put into service in 1970 with a total of 550 missiles. To verify that the Minuteman III arsenal is operational and dependable, the United States typically carries out at least 2 tests of the system every single year. It is estimated that it possesses 440 missiles in its arsenal at the moment. Number 2 bomber models of the B-52H Stratofortress cost $42.9 million each. The B-52, commonly known as the Stratofortress, is a heavy bomber with a long range that was designed by the Boeing Company in 1948. It made its maiden flight in 1952, and it was initially deployed to the United States military in 1955. It was initially designed to be a nuclear bomb carrier that was able to reach the Soviet Union, but it has since proven to be flexible to a multitude of tasks, and dozens of B-52s were still in service in the early 21st century. During the Vietnam War, B-52s were used for bombing missions. The B-52 had a length of 160 feet 110.9 inches and a wingspan of 185 feet 56 meters 49 meters. It has 8 jet engines that are positioned under the wings and 4 twin pods to provide propulsion. At an altitude of 55,000 feet, 17,000 meters, the aircraft may travel at a maximum speed of Mach 0.9, which is equivalent to 595 miles per hour, 960 kilometers per hour. It is capable of flying at a speed of 0.5 Mach, which is equivalent to 375 miles per hour or 600 kilometers per hour, while only a few hundred feet above the ground. In its initial configuration, it had a crew of 6 people, and its only defensive weaponry was a gun turret in the tail that was controlled remotely. In 1991, the gun was removed, and the number of crew members was cut down to 5. Number 1 Each MX/Peacekeeper missile cost a total of $189.4 million. The Peacekeeper missile, which was also referred to as the MX, was an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, that was a part of the strategic nuclear arsenal of the United States from 1986 until 2005. The MX, which stood for Missile Experimental, was the most advanced intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, that the United States deployed against the Soviet Union during the height of the Cold War. The development of this weapon began in 1971, and it eventually took the form of a 22-meter 71-foot-long missile with a bus, or 4th stage, positioned in the front end of the weapon. This bus could carry 10 or 12 independently targeted warheads, or MIRVs. As a result, each missile possessed a firepower that was several times more than that of the Minuteman III, which had either 2 or 3 warheads, depending on the configuration. In addition, the missile's 300-kiloton thermonuclear warheads had a greater potential to destroy reinforced missile silos and command bunkers in the Soviet Union as a result of the missile's extreme accuracy. This accuracy was made possible by an inertial guidance system that was updated in flight by signals from navigation satellites. Around 11,000 kilometers was the MX's maximum range, 7,000 miles. To be able to avoid being attacked by Soviet ICBMs, which were behind US technology at the time, the U.S ICBMs in terms of accuracy but were far more powerful. Many different basing techniques were considered for the MX. They involved taking off in the air from extremely large transport planes. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.